They mocked the warnings about humans and paid in broken thrones. The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Kethvar of the Zephyrian Empire rose from his crystalline throne. His four eyes gleamed with contempt as he addressed the assembly of species that had ruled the galaxy for millennia. The human delegation speaks of warnings. Kethvar's voice resonated through the chamber's bioacoustic walls. They claim their species deserves representation in this council based on their, what did they call it, potential for growth? Ripples of laughter echoed from various alien throats, mandibles, and vocal sacs throughout the chamber. High Chancellor, Vexilla of the Mordanian Confederacy leaned forward, her serpentine form coiling with amusement. These bipedal mammals have barely left their solar system. What possible threat could they pose to civilizations that have conquered entire star clusters? The human ambassador, Sarah Chen, remained standing at the speaker's podium, her expression unchanged despite the mockery surrounding her. She had delivered the same message to 17 different species over the past standard year. Humanity sought peaceful integration, but history had shown what happened when their kind was cornered or threatened. The Terrans speak of their world wars as if planetary conflicts are noteworthy, scoffed General Thox of the Krillian war clans, his exoskeleton clicking with derision. My ancestors were conquering solar systems when these humans were still discovering fire. Ambassador Chen cleared her throat. With respect, honored delegates, I urge you to reconsider. My species has a saying, "It is better to have us as friends than enemies." The chamber erupted in renewed laughter. Even the usually stoic ethereal collective's representatives seemed to shimmer with what passed for amusement among their energy-based species. Kethvar raised a dismissive hand. The Council has heard your quaint warnings, human. We decline your request for membership. Your species may continue to exist within the bounds of your single star system, under our benevolent oversight, of course. 3 standard years later, the first human colony ships began appearing at the edges of Zephyrian space. Impossible, Kethvar muttered as he studied the tactical displays in his command center. Their primitive engines couldn't have brought them this far this quickly. His military advisor, a veteran of 1,000 campaigns, trembled as he delivered the report. My lord, they've somehow developed faster-than-light travel that surpasses our own. Their ships, they're not following any known physics. The humans had done something the galactic powers thought impossible. They had revolutionized space travel not through centuries of gradual improvement, but through raw innovation born from necessity. When told they couldn't have something, humans had simply made it themselves. Within months, human settlements dotted the outer rim of Zephyrian territory. They didn't attack, didn't make demands. They simply existed, growing, building, learning. Each settlement was a testament to human adaptability, thriving on worlds the Zephyrians had deemed uninhabitable. The Mordanian Confederacy discovered the humans' true nature when they decided to remove the infestation from their border worlds. The attack fleet that had subjugated dozens of species simply disappeared. No distress signals, no debris fields. The human settlements remained untouched, as if nothing had happened. Chancellor Vexilla received a single transmission from the humans afterward. We tried to warn you. General Thox learned his lesson when his war clans attempted a traditional show of force against a human mining operation. The Krillians were masters of warfare, their tactics honed over millennia. They expected to crush the humans like insects. Instead, they found themselves fighting an enemy that didn't follow the rules. Humans didn't engage in honorable combat. They set traps, used deception, struck from impossible angles, and fought with a ferocity that turned each engagement into a nightmare. Worse, they learned. Every tactic the Krillians used was countered by the next engagement, as if the humans were somehow absorbing their military knowledge. The war clans, for the first time in their history, retreated. The breaking point came when the ethereal collective, beings of pure energy who considered themselves beyond physical threats, decided to demonstrate their power by draining the energy from a human research station. The humans responded by somehow weaponizing entropy itself. The energy beings watched in incomprehension as their carefully maintained forms began to decay, their eternal consciousness facing something they had never experienced: mortality. They fled back to their pocket dimension, sealing it behind them, but not before transmitting a message across all known frequencies. Beware the humans. They make impossible things possible. 5 standard years after the humans' rejected petition, Ambassador Chen stood once again in the Galactic Council chamber. But this time, she was not alone. Behind her stood representatives from a dozen species that had already allied with humanity, former enemies who had learned the truth of human nature. The great crystalline thrones lay in pieces around the chamber. Some delegates had fled to distant galaxies. Others had sworn fealty to humanity's growing confederation. The few remaining members of the old council sat in simple chairs, their magnificent regalia replaced by humble robes. "You mocked our warnings," Chen said, her voice carrying across the shattered remains of galactic civilization's greatest symbol. "You thought primitive meant weak. You confused young with helpless. You believed that because we hadn't conquered others, we couldn't defend ourselves." Kethvar, his empire reduced to a single star system, finally understood what the humans had been trying to tell them. Humanity didn't seek to rule through fear or domination. They built alliances, shared knowledge, lifted up those willing to work with them. But when threatened, when cornered, when forced to fight, they became something else entirely. "Your thrones are broken," Chen continued, "but they don't have to stay that way. Humanity offers the same thing we offered 3 years ago: partnership. We will help you rebuild, help you grow, help you become more than you were. The question is, will you listen to our warnings this time?" In the silence that followed, the remnants of the greatest galactic civilization in history finally learned the truth. Humans didn't conquer worlds. They conquered impossibility itself.